Back to Omaha, I mean.
Well, and this is something, before Mike hops on here, you know, we did find out that Munoz has had some major weight cutting issues.
Yeah.
You know, they pretty much told us that if he didn't make weight this fight, they weren't going to have him in any more fights. So he did make weight.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the LCS Pro Lightweight Championship, brought to you by Extreme Dents. And now for all those watching on FlowCombat.com, and for those here in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, are you ready for war? Introducing first, fighting out of the Reganis Auto Center blue corner, this jiu-jitsu fighter stands weighed in 154.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 7 wins, 3 defeats. Training out of DCO MMA and fighting out of Denver, Colorado by way of Palmer, Arkansas, Clay Wimer. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the GNC red corner, is a mixed martial artist weighing in 156 pounds. He holds a professional record, 6 wins, 1 defeat. Training out of Final Round and fighting out of Gering, Nebraska, Joey Munoz. Your referee in charge of the action, Alan John.
So I got to make a quick correction here for Mr. Mike Kendall here. Well, we're going to talk to the ref real quick.
You know the rules. This is for the belt. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's go. Let's fight.
And it's my fault. He's from Palmer, Alaska, not Palmer, Arkansas.
Oh, really?
I just wanted to correct that.
I was unaware.
Well, I was, because he told me yesterday.
Wow.
Here we go, boys. Main event. Lightweight championship. Wimer takes the center of the cage. Using that long reach, nice teep.
Weimer's never had any weight cutting issues, but we spoke about. Oh,
I'm telling you, man.
He says he likes his pop more at 55.
So Wimer doing a good job with that double butterfly right now. He's really in controlling the head. He's doing a good job of taking as little damage as possible. And these little pot shots, you know, they aren't doing much, but he's the more active guy right now, even though he's on the bottom. And we are 30, 40 seconds into this round. But if I'm scoring this right now, I probably have Wimer ahead already. And now there's the pass. Great pass. Great pass.
So, Ryan, you've trained with Joey before, right?
Yes.
You know, Joey hasn't fought in a while. I mean, how does he look to you? I mean, does he look like what you expect him to look like? Does he look a little better right now?
Right now he's looking good. I think he has an arm triangle if he can knee slice through, but now he gets the half guard. You know, when I trained with him, it was a long time ago, so I don't know where he's came, but when I trained with him a long time ago, he was damn good.
Weimer's doing a good job of moving his hips. He's always staying on one hip. He's not flat for long. I would like to see him let go of this lockdown and try and start to fish his bottom leg out. But, I mean, a lot of guys who are, you know, he's got a jiu-jitsu background. Lockdown's a position a lot of guys like to use from the bottom, man. But in MMA, you're essentially holding the guy on top of you while he punches your head in. And, I mean, that's kind of what that position is about in MMA, you know. Munoz doing a good job of staying busy. He's keeping Wimer as flat as he possibly can. And he's trying to pass the guard when he has the opportunity. Weimer's doing a great job of constantly swimming his legs back in and resetting his guard, Ryan.
And this is one of them awkward positions that Clay gets himself into, which, you know, he does very well in because he's scrambly and long, lanky legs, you know. He throws up a lot of weird submissions from these positions. And he's caught in a lot of guys he probably shouldn't have.
Now, we watched him fight against Brock Smith this last fight, right?
Mitch Peterson.
Mitch. Oh,
yep.
Mitch, okay.
Yep.
He's got a high guard here. He's got an underhook on the leg. Probably looking to set up like a flower sweep but he's got to have the ability to get that left leg over the head of Munoz. And Munoz is doing a good job of keeping Wimer smashed up against the fence so that sweep isn't possible right now.
I'd like to see him circle towards, you know, so that he can flatten him out to the right more so that his hips aren't, you know, so far out to look for submissions. Now he's on the back. This looks similar to the
high on the back, though. Now we're sitting out.
To the Joey Munoz Mitch Peterson fight where he gave up his back and Joey took it.
Wimer did the right stuff there. He has
good elbows.
Yeah, those are all legal.
and stuffs him. For the first time, Wimer's on top.
Let's see what he does with it. Munoz is looking for an armbar. Slow in the transition, though, so Wimer was able to pass. And now we've got Clay on the back.
With a minute 33 here, too. Good, a lot of time to work.
Again, he's sitting high. He's busted Munoz open with those elbows that he was tossing earlier. Let's see what he can do here.
Tight squeeze. Joey fighting it off, though.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of time left here, though. Nice, and he knocked out Wimer's mouthpiece with that elbow. Good defensive elbow from that position. You don't see guys throw a lot of those. Joey's doing a good job fighting the hands of Wimer right now.
So what do you want to see Wimer do now to advance from here?
He's got to get his back off the fence or stand. I mean, right now with his back on the fence, he can't really do much. He can't lean back. He can't arch. You know, with his back on the fence there, Munoz is comfortable here. He's not in any trouble. He's not, you know, even here, if Wimer gets this, still I would like to see him get his back off the fence.
And if you're Munoz, I mean, how do you advance from here? I mean, he's kind of in that defensive, just kind of survive position.
Well, and that's he's doing exactly what I would coach him to do right now. He's fighting the hands every opportunity he gets, but Wimer, when he can't get the choke, is doing a great job, Ryan, of dropping elbows every chance from every angle he can.
Definitely.
He's trying to make Joey's face look like a Michael Jackson zipper jacket.
And
right
so
now.
far he has. Look at the cage. I mean, he's bleeding, and that sometimes will help you slip in a choke.
All right, guys. Who got on for that round?
You know, the last 2 minutes, probably, Wimer did a good job of controlling Munoz. You know, Munoz hit a big left hand early in the fight to put Wimer on his back and did a good job controlling on the top. If I'm scoring this fight right now just based off of the finish, which kind of is just the last thought in my mind as I watch the round, I'm probably going to score the round 10-9 for Clay Wimer. Ryan?
And, yeah, it just kind of depends on the judge, man, because, like you said, you're looking for finishes as a judge, and other people are, you know, they might have scored Joey's knockdown really high. They might have scored his control for the first 3 minutes of the round very high. So, I mean, you got to judge the round as a whole, and sometimes you can't judge it as the end of the fight, or end of the round.
But who you got, Ryan McDonald?
Man. I'll take Joey for the knockdown.
So we saw that Clay's definitely a better jiu-jitsu fighter there. What do you want to see Joey do in this round? I mean, do you want to see him stand and bang against a taller guy? What do you want to see him do?
Man, you know, I wouldn't even say he's a better I wouldn't say based off that round he's a better jiu-jitsu fighter. You know, like Joey did a great job defending everything Clay threw at him. When Joey was on top of Clay, he did a great job of controlling Clay and having to make Clay constantly transition. But again, I'm telling you, if I'm in Joey's corner, I'm having him look for some overhands here, set it up with a inside leg kick possibly, or off the jab and throw the overhand left. Nice little up jab there.
And again, the scrambly, pace that Clay fights at.
One is that's it. I mean, he's constantly moving. This is exactly what you want from a jiu-jitsu style fighter, is you want him constantly moving when they get in these positions. And Clay's done a great job of it so far. And I like that he stood up there.
I do too.
He didn't try to pull Joey back into the ground game.
Now, Matt, I know you're a huge fan of those short elbows, and he just dropped a couple of short elbows to Joey's head. And
man, Wimer's been looking for elbows from every position.
Ooh,
and
good
every
front
angle
kicks,
possible.
though. Now Clay's staying at kicking range, and Joey looks to be a little weathered.
Man, he's tired.
For sure.
He's tired. I don't think he's feeling beat up right now. I think he's exhausted.
Good takedown though. Good trip.
Let's see what he does with it. He's got to start to he's got to start to work on that bottom ankle. Okay, so he's trying to pull him out, but Clay does a good job of resetting.
Oh.
But he ends up in a bad spot here. And here we go. Here's the weirdo jiu-jitsu you were talking about.
And I think he's looking for legs.
Gumby right now, man.
And he's always trying to hurt you, you know what I mean?
What the heck was that he just pulled off there?
His long legs. I mean, he just kind of lassoed him up. You know, I mean, it's not something that that was a very much a genetic jiu-jitsu move. Like
Is there a Darce here?
I don't.
I can't see the others. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He does
Ooh.
have a Darce. Oh, and look, he realized he didn't have the choke, and he went right to pummeling the head of Clay Wimer. That's exactly what you want to see from a fighter on the ground, but Weimer's got his back again. Now, again, I just don't like how comfortable Wimer is with his back against the fence here, Ryan.
Yeah, he needs to, roll him to one side, maybe even go to mount and scoot him away from the fence so that his head's, plastered against that cage and he can go to work. But, yeah, he can't stay there.
He's got back control, which you're going to score, and there's another wicked elbow from another weird position.
So he's throwing a lot of elbows and has Joey cut open pretty good. At what point does that blood and those cuts start to affect you and your mentality in there?
Man, it all depends on your mentality. It's in an okay spot, but it's in the center hairline there. It's not right above his eyes, but you can see that blood's flowing down into his eyes. So it depends on if blood bothers you. You're in the wrong sport, man. So like.
I think it's one of those things too. It's all liquid energy, I feel. So the more you lose, I feel like you're losing more energy as the fight goes on. But it's one of them things. Joey has a warrior spirit, and he's gonna fight through it. He's not gonna let it affect him.
Wimer doing a good job, even when he's on his back, not taking a lot of damage here.
He's looking for some De La Hiva there, or double ankle sweep.
Go Pata, possibly. You're not gonna get that, homie.
There he goes, flipping up those legs again.
Let's see.
It's
He's looking
like
for a triangle or an armbar here. Looks like the triangle.
It's almost like double ankle. Nope.
Now, here's the difference. So Wimer has thrown some great elbows, a lot of short-range shots, but everything Joey throws is powerhouse, man. Everything he throws has some heat on it.
And that could hurt him,
He's looking for a go plata here. I don't think.
Oh.
Let's see what he does with that left leg of his, and he's using it to get up. Great job. Great work.
He's going to sweep here. Oh, tried to. Nope.
Munoz he's a bulldog, man.
He raises pit bulls.
Yeah, well.
When I went to train with him, he had his pit on the mat rolling with him.
Good takedown. Little single switch there. Clay is constantly looking to throw up submissions, using his legs really, really well, but Joey's just kind of putting his head down and just kind of pushing through, man. Right now, we got 30 seconds left in this round. Ryan, who do you have winning this round now?
I think Clay just based off activity for this round.
And see, I'm going to go actually the opposite way here. I'm going to go with Munoz right now. Even though he's transitioning a lot, Joey's, and they're back to short. Joey has kind of pushed through and been able to pass everything that Clay's kind of thrown up, and he's hit the bigger shots in this round, in my opinion. He's staying active from the top. And just kind of like the flip side of what I said the last round, where Wimer was busier at the end, I gave that round to Wimer. This round, I'm going to say the same thing. Joey did a good job, and I don't think he's as tired as I thought he was. You don't see him breathing. Now let's look over at Wimer here. Weimer's looking tired, but he's also getting bullied right now.
Notice both corners don't bring the stool in just in case.
Yeah.
This
And
is one of
that's
those
just like when I
fights.
coached you in North By. I told you, hey, third round. I told you, third round, you're not getting a stool, man. In the third round, I want to keep the fighter on his feet because I want to tell him, look, you're not tired. I want to get him to believe that. It doesn't matter if he's exhausted, and I know he's exhausted. I'm going to tell you, you are not tired. We got a job to do. Let's go out and get this thing done. We are heading to our third round here in this professional lightweight championship fight.
How many rounds is this fight?
What's that?
It should be a 5, right?
It should be 5 rounds. It should be 5 rounds.
What is it?
It's roll the dice, guys. Roll the dice. Back in action here. That was a big, deep breath from Munoz. Clay right away poking with that jab. He's used that front kick and that teep really, really well. Using his range and his length this round a lot better than I've seen him. And that was that was a great job. He threw the elbow knowing he was going to shoot there. Do not think that was a miss, folks. He knew he was going to shoot. Let's see what Munoz does here. Get the foot trip, and he does. And right away, he's punching as soon as he gets Wimer on the mat.
And they are scheduled for 5 rounds.
Thank you for confirmation. Did you Wikipedia that, Ryan?
Well, you know what, man? When you see this,
He might have to look. Okay, so here's the thing about this triangle. Clay's got long legs. He's got skinny legs. Okay, and his hamstring is what you use to choke your opponent with in a triangle. See, and Munoz is out. It
he's
makes it a
leaking
lot
from the
tougher.
back of his head.
Yeah,
I think
was
Clay
gonna ask,
Wimer is
where's
from
that
the
blood
back of
coming
his head.
from?
It looks like.
There's a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of it.
Oh yeah. Lost it.
Oh, good sweep.
That was a good sweep. Kind of a funky position here. This is what you would still consider this a half guard, but from this position, Munoz has the opportunity to turn this into a single leg takedown unless Wimer mounts you.
Oh.
And look at this again. Look. Every time he has taken the back of Joey Munoz, Clay Wimer has allowed himself to be pushed up against the fence. You know. Now, Ryan, do you think that's something more that Clay is doing, or
I
do you
think
think
Joey's forcing it.
Munoz? Yeah, you
Yeah,
think Munoz
for
is,
sure.
is
I think he's
definitely
comfortable
aware
there.
where he's
yeah.
at, and he knows he has a great chance of defending the choke if Weimer's back is against the fence here.
Yeah, and like you said, there's no real hip extension when you get the choke. So, being Weimer's a smaller armed guy and not a strong, very strong guy, he can't really get his hips engaged in this choke and finish it.
I love the elbow game of Wimer, though. Love it.
Agree.
Obviously, working with me and Nate, you've seen me coach a lot of fights. I'm a huge fan of the elbow game wherever you're at. I think that guys just don't, and he's just Donkey Konging him right now. Getting some body work in.
Man, I honestly, I think especially those short elbows from the top, I think are just so underutilized.
Slice and dice, man. Slice and dice.
I'll never forget seeing Jens Pulver in Rafion Stotts' corner and just telling him, create distance and use your body to drop that elbow on their forehead.
I like it on the shoulders.
Yes, you do.
And I feel like from this position, it'll open stuff up.
And that's a great elbow. I was just going to say, this is a great spot for Wimer to use that right elbow.
Oh, body triangle
and he's got
now.
that body triangle.
And rather than choke, he elbows. I love it.
Clay Weimer's legs are like Wonder Woman's lasso. And he's constantly punching it. And look again, back to the elbow game. I love the elbow game of Clay Wimer.
Joey needs to unlace that foot from his calf and step under it. And there's a little submission there, but he lets go of his body triangle.
Somebody should have called the Red Cross before this fight started. And let him go ahead and make a collection in between rounds. Both these guys are leaking. Oh, man. I can hear that from cage side, Ryan. But Munoz is doing a great job of defending himself here. Wimer obviously very, very focused on his jiu-jitsu. We know that this is what he wants to do. This is his game plan. Short elbows, looking for chokes, and Munoz has had an answer for everything that Weimer's thrown up so far.
Oh, hard shot.
This definitely has been Weimer's round so far.
I think Clay needs to make the adjustment. Just let the back go. I know he's landing hard shots here and he's winning this fight here, but if he wants to push for a finish and not go into the championship rounds, then I think he needs to, hop off to the side and maybe crucifix.
I think he needs to go out the back door and go for mount.
He might have a submission here if he hips into
On
this.
the ankles?
Yes.
Yeah, on the ankle lock. 10 seconds. That was a big right hand by Clay Wimer. We're coming to the end of the round here, and that, for me, Ryan, Nate, that's a 10-9 round for Clay Wimer in my book.
All right, well, hey, just so you guys know, I'm going to toss in some stuff right now. Make sure you check out MMA Futures on social media. We're everywhere.
all over the place.
Our next show, the next show for MMA Futures will be December 2nd. That'll be in Kansas City. We do those ones free on YouTube. After that, we will be in Lincoln, Nebraska for Seasons Beating. That'll be right here on Flow Combat.
Dynasty Combat Sports.
Dynasty Combat Sports. I did not say that.
You did not.
Okay.
But I got you. I got you, though.
And then, December 16th, we are in Austin, Minnesota for Driller Promotions. That'll be live on Flow Combat. And December 22nd, we are in Des Moines, Iowa for the Tennessee Fighting Championship. Man, this is going to be our first show with those guys. And I see this card, and I'm so excited for it. Brian Green's on that card we were talking about earlier. A guy that I really like watching. Chance Cressinger's on that card. It'll be a lot of fun.
Nate's going to need a vacation after that stretch. We are in the championship rounds here, gentlemen.
I almost wanted to help these guys clean up the blood. They had one guy cleaning up the blood.
I don't know what this dance move that Munoz throws in.
He does that every time.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Big uppercut by Munoz.
Even when he spars, he comes out and does that.
So, I didn't get a chance to ask you guys this. Obviously, this is the time where that conditioning really comes in.
Oh, man!
Did you guys notice anything in the corners that made you think that one of these guys was gassed or
Well, look,
had issues?
Weimer's breathing a little heavier than Munoz is, but he's having to work harder. Look, Wimer doesn't stop moving. Look at this right now.
It's a roly-poly.
Great hip control by Munoz.
He just did a front roll out of a front headlock.
I kind of like this Clay Wimer kid. He's just kind of quirky and just different.
Man. Like I said, the dude is throwing stuff up from. Oh, nice elbow by Munoz there. This is where I'd like to see Munoz settle his hips down and get heavy to kind of neutralize the legs and the hips of Clay Wimer and let him up. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nice try at that. That was close. Might have caught a nose hair in his toenail there. Wimer going to work. Munoz just kind of covered up. Nice body kick. I would like to see Wimer, yes, more body work. Munoz, Wimer is not hitting terribly hard. Great elbow. Weimer's not hitting him terribly hard, Ryan, but he's hitting him a lot. And Munoz is fine taking those shots high. He's not going to be fine taking those shots to the body for long.
I think he's just taking a break there, trying to let Wimer burn himself out. And because he's shelling up and defending himself well, and then look, he's going for a takedown right away.
Yep. And this is where Munoz has to get busy with short elbows and kind of those rabbit punches from this side position. He's doing a great job using his left knee to stop the hip movement of Clay Wimer, but he's got to get busy with his right hand. Your only free tool is still a tool. Use it.
So he's got his foot hooked with that leg, even though he's pretty much in side control. I mean,
well, and it's kind of pointless right now because they're so close to the fence. It's not like Munoz can circle out to his right anyways. So if I'm Wimer, I'm letting that go, and I'm trying to get on my left hip. This position that Weimer's put himself in is keeping him flat right now. And see what he's doing right now, this is exactly what he needed to do, was get to that left hip. And let's see if Munoz circles him back into the fence here.
It's going to take top.
Oh, he's got a Darce choke, and good job by Munoz.
Oh. This is a scrap. And we thought the other one was fight of the night.
Nice leg kick. Again, stick a jab in front of that. Stick a jab in front of it. He can crease that leg all day long. I'd like to see him go back to the body kick with the right leg, too. Nice uppercut. He has been landing that uppercut heavy over and over again the last 2 rounds.
Man, I'm looking at Joey. He's dropping that bottom jaw. He's got that mouthpiece hanging out.
He's tired.
That's always a scary thing to see.
Throwing side kicks in there.
Man, I like the unorthodox style of Clay Wimer. I don't like how lazy he's getting with his guard and with his hands right now. If you're in there with a heavy hitter, if you're standing across from a wrecking ball, you don't put your hands down,
Clay's one of those guys, man. I've never really seen him been stone cold knocked out before, but almost every fight I've watched him in, he's been dropped multiple times, and I don't know how, but he recovers every time. He's just so durable. But you don't know how long that'll last.
Man, and everybody gets caught with one that you ain't getting up from, man.
For sure.
And I think Munoz has that kind of power if he's got the gas to throw it. Nice body kick. I would love to see more of that this fight.
I just want to yell out the Thailand, ooh wee.
Hey! Hey! Nice. I like the level changes that Clay's using with his kicks. I just want to see him use his hands to set him up, man. Got about 20 seconds left. And this is another round that right now I'm giving to Clay Wimer. It's another 10-9 round for me. Triangle, but we are short on time here and short on hamstrings.
So where are we at? 2-2?
No, not for me.
No, I got 3-1.
I got 3-1 Wimer.
Okay.
Yeah, 3-1 Wimer.
So pretty much you're telling us is that Joey's got to finish in this round.
In my opinion, yeah, I think he does. But I think that from what I've seen, if he can keep the fight standing, Munoz has the ability to do that. I mean, he's got the punching power to do it, man. But he's got to keep this fight standing. You know, if Weimer's busy enough on the ground, Wimer can just go ahead and flip that clock over and just let the sand run out, man.
So here's my question as a coach. Both you guys cornered some guys. You get to this point you're in the 5th round. You know your guy's tired. You're pretty sure your guy's up. You know what is your coaching? Is it not to lose at this point?
No. So it's two different things here. For me, if I'm in Weimer's corner, I'm telling him to keep doing what he's doing. I'd like to see him go to the body more with that right kick. But I wanted to see him set it up with his hands. And I'm telling him, look, you are 1 round away from walking home with this belt. If I'm in Munoz's corner, I'm telling him, look, you are down right now. You are down, and we need to do something about that. We need to go ahead and put him away.
So, I mean, do you believe in telling guys that they're ahead or they're down in a fight?
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. I never tell a guy he's ahead. I'll never tell a guy he's ahead. I'll tell him good round or something like that, but I will never tell a guy he's ahead. I will always tell a guy he's down.
I mean, you corner Ant. I mean, he's never ahead, so.
Oh, he's a slow starter, man. He's a slow starter. But you know what? At the end of the day with Anthony Smith, they're usually asleep, bro.
I know. I just had to poke a joke at Anthony. I know he's probably not watching this, but I got a laugh out of it.
Wimer doing a good job with those front kicks all night long, Ryan. He's using his range really, really well. Again, that's an example where that right body kick could have done a lot more if Wimer would just stick a freaking punch in front of it, man.
I agree. And now he's kind of stalking him, which is helping his cause because he can kind of he can pull off to an angle when Joey throws that big bomb.
I like the head motion. I like the feints that Weimer's putting out there. And I like the shoulder and hip movement that he's doing before he punches. See this right here? This little shoulder roll he's doing right now? Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. And I just would like to see him, instead of throwing one shot at a time like that, put a punch in front of him, man.
Drop that cross to the body and go high with your round kick.
Don't take him down, Munoz. Keep the fight standing, bro.
I mean, do you really think that's what he needs to do? Is he needs to land a punch, right?
He needs to create some space. He needs to not waste time right now with what he's doing right now. He needs to get his arms in front of Wimer and create some space so that he can land some of those big shots. The kid's got heavy leather, but you can't throw it from this close, bud. And he put him down. Weimer's going to just let this clock trip out, man. Weimer's shown that he can be busy enough on the ground, even not having landed like a real serious submission attempt, that he can win rounds from his back. And I just think he's going to let this clock burn out, and we're going to end up with a 3-2 decision if Munoz keeps this here. I like the knees. I like that he threw a swing knee in there, and he didn't just try and come straight up. He saw that the guard of Munoz was protecting himself, and great job by Munoz getting right back up from that takedown. He just needs to create some space, Ryan.
I mean, but is that not tough? I mean, you create space with a guy that much longer than you that's throwing a lot of punches. I mean, he kind of wants to live in that pocket, doesn't he?
Well, he's tired, so that's – no, I don't think so. I say create space. You cannot – he's not going to knock him out from here. He's not going to knock him out from here, Nate. And, to me, Munoz is down on the cards. We got 2 minutes, and that guy's walking home with your belt.
So you're saying he needs to take risk. He needs to make some risks.
Absolutely.
Some challenges. Okay.
Absolutely. You know, it's just kind of what I talked about earlier, man. When you're losing a fight somewhere, you better go somewhere else.
And if you're going to grapple, then throw up submissions like crazy. You know, like against the fence, I'm seeing him getting in on the legs, but Joey's not forcing Kimuras, guillotines. He's not looking for any of that. He's just surviving at this point.
So what does he do here? Does he just throw a single jab to try to get inside, then work the body, or what does he do?
You know, he's landed that right uppercut. It's been his best punch that he's landed in this fight. I'm throwing a straight left or faking the left and coming with that right uppercut all day long. You know, that's the punch that has worked really, really well for him, and he's woken Clay Wimer up a couple times with it, man.
And Clay's doing exactly what he needs to do with these feints, because Joey, when he's feinting at him, he's stopping, and he's not trying. You know, he can't put a counter on somebody who's not going to fully commit.
One, it's just what we talked about. It's just what we. See, there's that
there
right
is.
uppercut. You need some more of that, Joey Munoz.
Jump that guillotine.
Man, but Wimer did a great job there. You're not going to finish that guillotine from here. Wimer's safe. And you got less than a minute. I wouldn't have pulled guard there if I was Munoz. Oh. He does not have this. Clay is too long, too far to the side. Even though he's in half guard, it's almost like Clay, because his limbs are so long, has side mount here. Wimer trying to pull that leg out, or he's going to be comfortable sitting in the half. I think he knows he's ahead on the cards right now, Ryan.
I agree, and at least Joey went, for a submission. But like I said, I wouldn't have pulled guard with it.
So 30 seconds. What do you do? 30 seconds. What do you guys do here?
Let go of his head, try and get up. I mean, it's the only option here. I think he's fighting an uphill battle here from his back. I think he's tired. I think right now he's looking for the. Hey, he's punching in the last 10 seconds. Like, he's at least trying something. Go for the heel hook. And good job by Wimer transitioning. And at the end of the day, 5 rounds in, 25 minutes of action, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I don't think it's that long of a limb. I think that Clay Wimer's walking out of here with the lightweight title tonight, folks.
I agree.
So Clay Wimer trains out of DCO MMA. That's Scott Paprocki's gym. We see him up here quite a bit.
Steve
Paprocki. He's a pretty cool guy.
For sure.
That gym has a lot of personality. That's really the best way for me to say it. Have you gone down there and trained at all?
I haven't yet. I haven't got the opportunity.
Do you know anything about DCO?
No.
Okay. I've met Paprocki a couple times. He's a funny guy. They have a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And I see a lot of guys from here in Scottsbluff that are going down there doing some training.
Cool. Man, I'm a big believer in cross training. You get in where you fit in, man.
Well, we wait on the scorecards to come in. We need to send a shout out to the team here at Legion Combat. It's kind of got a slow start, a really quick start. But those last few fights were really good fights. They were fun to watch.
Yeah, and this is my first time coming out for one of their events. The promoter, the staff out here, really, really friendly, very accommodating. I really enjoyed my time out here in Scottsbluff this weekend.
I mean, if you had a fighter that wanted to fight on a show, would you put him on this show?
I absolutely would. Yeah, I absolutely would bring him out here.
I mean, that's what really matters. I mean, Ryan, you fought for him a couple times.
Definitely.
They've always treated you well. I mean, they kind of treat you like a rock star for some bizarre reason.
I don't know why.
These two warriors in the cage right now. This is the epitome of a war between two great professionals. Congratulations to you both on an excellent fight. But we got to go to the judges' scorecards. And after 5 rounds of championship MMA, the judges score the bout. All 3 judges score the bout. 49-46 for your winner by unanimous decision, Clay Wimer.
Man,